So, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, it occurs in about 25% of people who have experienced a traumatic event. And what happens is the emotional response, the physical response, and the memory of it gets stuck in the amygdala rather than getting processed as simply a memory like most people would have it. They'd be able to talk about the event. Yes, the event is horrible, but they don't have the same emotional response to it that they had to the original event. People suffering from PTSD, when they encounter a trigger, they relive that event over and over and over again, as if it was happening at that time that they're currently doing it. For those that don't know me, I'm Daphne Desjardins. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. I deal with post-traumatic stress disorder and panic attacks, anxiety, and whatnot. I work in a Canadian correctional facility, and we do have more than our share of people that have suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder and continue to suffer anxiety, depression, phobias, whatnot. In order to treat this, a common way of getting people to try a common treatment is CBT, or cognitive behavior therapy. But it doesn't really work that well because it takes so long. It traumatizes the person over and over. It does have its uses in other things, but when we're dealing with a post-traumatic stress disorder, we're talking about something that's very emotional for the person suffering from it. And putting them through that over and over again is not helping matters. So what we do is we remove them from that situation. We take the emotions out of it so they don't have the same emotional response every time they encounter the trigger. We can remove the emotional response and make it so it can go into the part of the brain that will remember the event, and it will fade like any other event in the person's life, but they won't have the emotional trigger to it. In doing this, we do not re-traumatize the person. We rewind the memory back to the point after, when everything's calm, and we rewind it back to before the event when everything's calm. And this is done under a state of hypnosis when the person is calm and relaxed and can just watch it from a third person type position. And so they're not reliving it, they are simply watching it from a distance. So if you have this thing happening to you, if you're suffering from PTSD, trauma, anxiety attacks, panic attacks, and you'd like to know more, just hit the button for a free strategy call, and I will call you and we'll discuss your particular situation and see if there's something that I can do to help you live a more healthy and calm life and get beyond this event that happens so it doesn't control your life. So I'm Daphne Desjardins, clinical hypnotherapist, and I hope you have a happy day and a healthy life. Thank you for listening.